to See was released on April the 15th, First Blood Moon. You can get your copy at www.deborahjahn.com. That's DEBORAHJAHN.com, or you can get it at creativepress.org. Chapter 16, the title of this chapter is The Word of God. In the beginning was the Word. John 1:1 states, the Word was with God. Got my glasses. The Word was God. The Word became flesh and dwelt among us. We have got to become full of the Word of God to get to know God the way He wants us to. You know, He'll tell some, depart from me, I never knew you. So you have got to know God and His Word. His Word and He are one. His Word and Him, His Word and He are one. So you have to study the Word of God to know what God likes and what God doesn't like. Because if it doesn't line up to His Word, it's not of God. Especially if something spiritual is going on. And just like for an example, this one lady was praying and she prayed about God mystic. And I went, mystic? You've got to be kidding. That is of the devil. She said, no, we're talking about the mysteries of God. And so she went online and looked up all these things with all these scriptures about God mystics and Christian mysticism. And see, she's being deceived in that area. If it doesn't, I said, show me the word mystic in the Bible. And she said, mystery. I said, no, show me the word mystic. And she said, well, Paul used it. I said, no, he didn't. Show me the word. And when she looked up, she saw all these scriptures and everything, but it didn't say mystic. So there's people being very deceived nowadays. But you have to know the word, and you have to, you know, even I have a spirit of discernment. And that was so subtle. I didn't even discern what was going on with this lady until she said that word, God mystic. And I went, oh my goodness, that is not of God. So anyway, chapter 16 of my book is a short chapter. And let me go to chapter 17. And this is one of my favorite chapters right here. Crucifying the flesh. Wow. That's not a favorite that I like to do, but it's one of my favorite chapters, teaching people about it. There's a lot of prayer time needed to crucify the flesh. You have to pray in the spirit. Wow, a lot. So your spirit man will be empowered to overcome the flesh. And then also you take your soul captive. Be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind, by the Word of God, so that you can prove that good and acceptable and perfect will of God for your life. So this chapter is on crucifying the flesh. It is a process to achieve Christian maturity. 2 Peter 3:16 through 17. You always need to be moving forward with all the things you need to deal with, like in your prayer life and you're reading the Word. The Word instructs us to study to show ourselves approved unto God. 2 Timothy 2:15. Talks about the Jezebel spirit in the church. See, the Jezebel spirit jumps on the flesh. The flesh will keep you out of the spirit. The flesh is in opposition to the spirit. The flesh wars against the spirit at all times. So you have to be disciplined. You have to take authority over your flesh, over the mind of the flesh, the will of the flesh, the emotions of the flesh, your body, the flesh. And crucify all of that. The way you do it is by praying in the Spirit and studying the Word of God and applying the Word of God to your life. So if you want to read the rest of those chapters, order the book today, Eyes to See. It's a very prophetic book. It's written for the purpose of getting the bride of Christ ready for the soon coming of the bridegroom. He's coming to get us, folks. So go to www.deborahjahn.com. That's DEBORAH.com. I'm sorry. I forgot to spell my last name. DEBORAHJAHN.com. Or you can order it through creativepress.org. Have a great day. God bless.